Hey guys, today we're going to do 9-4 and 9-5 arithmetic and geometric series. So our objectives will be to define arithmetic and geometric series and find their sums. 1. What is a series? A series is the indicated sum of the terms of a sequence. A finite series, like a finite sequence, has a first term and a last term. So finite means that it is ending, while an infinite series continues without end. So please look at two different examples here. We have a finite sequence. The series is just the sum of the terms of the sequence. And then the infinite series has the ... meaning that we do not have an end. So we can find the sum of a finite arithmetic series. The sum S sub n of a finite arithmetic series, a sub 1, a sub 2, all the way to a sub n, is equal to n divided by 2 times 1 plus a sub n, where a sub 1 is the first term and a sub n is the last term, and n is the number of terms. So what is the sum of the even numbers from 0 to 100? That would be 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus all the way until we got to 100. So we need to figure out how many terms. So from 2 to 100, there are 50 even integers, so n is equal to 50. Then we have a1 and we have an. So the sum of 50 first terms is equal to 50 divided by 2 times a sub 1 is 2 plus a sub n, or a sub 50, is 100. 102. The sum of the 50 terms is 25 times 102, which is equal to 2,500. Another way to figure out n would be to do 100 minus 2, which is equal to 98, divided by 2 plus 1. So if you take the last term minus the first term, divided by 2 plus 1. So we could also use the Greek capital letter sigma to indicate a sum. With it, you use limits to indicate how many terms you are adding. Limits are the least and the greatest values of n in the series. So that's like our starting and our ending points. You write the limits below and above the sigma to indicate the first and last terms of the series. So, for example, we have 3 to the second, 4 to the second, 5 to the second, all the way up until 108 to the second power. So we have at the bottom our starting limit, or our lower limit, where n begins with 3. Then above the sigma we have 108, meaning our upper limit. The series ends with n equal to 108. And the explicit formula for each term is n to the second power. For an infinite series, summation notation shows an infinity sign at the upper limit. To find the number of terms in a series written in sigma notation, subtract the lower limit from the upper limit and add 1. Then the number of terms in the series above is 108 minus 3 plus 1, which is equal to 106. writing a series in summation notation. Multiple choice. What is the summation notation for the series 7, 11, 15, and then all the way to 207? So we need to figure out what the rule is and what are our limits. So we know that our lower limit is 1 because all of them have 1. Let's double check. If you plug in 1 to your rule, is 4 times 1 plus 3 equal to 7? Yes. And 7 times 1 is equal to 7. So our lower limit works for every choice. We now have to check our upper limit. Check 51. Is 4 times 51 plus 3 equal to 207? Since it is, that is telling me that this is showing this series. So A would be the notation for that. If we tried 50, it would be 4 times 50 plus 3, which is equal to 203. No, and it doesn't work for C and D either. So we know that A is our choice. Finding the sum of a series. What is the sum of the series written in summation notation? So now we have sigma notation, and we need to find the sum. So we want to start at n minus 1. So we want to find the first term. The first term is 5 times 1 plus 3, which is 8. So that's A1. AN is to 70. 5 times 70 plus 3 is 350 plus 3 is equal to 353. And we want to know how many terms this is. So N is equal to 70 minus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 70 terms. So we have the sum of the first 70 terms is equal to 70 divided by 2 times 8 plus 353. And we get 12,635. A geometric series is the sum of the terms of a geometric sequence. So, if we're finding the sum of a finite geometric series, our formula is the sum is equal to the first term times 1 minus r to the n power all over 1 minus r, where a1 is this first term, r is the common ratio, and n is the number of terms. Please realize that this is a finite geometric series, so this has an ending. What is the sum of the finite geometric series? Plug it into the formula. R is 2. The sum